Oh, what's up, my people? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on the continent that you're watching us from. It's your girl, Ras Alababy, and yes, I am back with another episode of, the biggest show, the one and only show, right here on Ghanatalksradio, which is the Political Hub Show. This is a public announcement. Mami can the tree so that Mobetia CA. Na ebimu afabronya ho erin kokọ eye niema ensem fata. Now this is a serious announcement going out to the public where every the camp of Ajakraja movement. Muntie niye. There are a lot of people who have opened fake pages. Papa no nipa bebre ebie fake pages. Omode scamming for people are actually scamming people using his image and pages. Now, bibi onuma was so use wadwe now use nyansa. The man has and would never ask you for any money for consultation. Me copy me since me nim papa no. Or Musa is got to do consultation that until when in social media no be say I just a woman 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 in foreign dollars now for papa no tie. Obi a ye member current me so won san fa won papa no da I just when direct invite from him. Listen well. Because Adana Kwaswa, we need to let you people know. He will never give an invite through somebody. No. It is a what you want to be a Jusika so beso on sa papa nanima and yes, I'm connecting sika na papa no on Jiska. Na yaba so cry on the offering no wadi uska so obey your consultation amount. So this is to the general public. Please, there are a lot of people who have created fake pages of the movement. So please be aware of that. Yanto aso. And then no yankasa your man penny a birthday. Your man penny a watchem. Na I feel very happy. Today is the former president John Dramani Mahama's birthday. Yanka in the bio kakra. Who is John Dramani Mahama? He was born on Saturday, 29th November 1958. He is a Ghanaian politician who served as a president of Ghana from 24th July 2012 to 7th January 2017. He, of course, previously served as a vice president of Ghana from January 2009 to July 2012, and also took office as president on 24th July 2012 following the death of his predecessor, John Evans Fifi Atamils. Papa, happy birthday to you. When you were president, you were a man of vision. And we have seen your worth and we have seen things you have done. They want to try and use the doom so as a yardstick. But then you solved doom so before you left office. Bemena katechie or Bemamu. Happy birthday to John Dramani Mahama. He is the flag bearer for the NDC and will be running for office in 2024. Media Makan Namisa Sisubim. He is our president for the next 4 years. Opa Wumpo. So happy birthday to you. We all at Ghanatalksradio, we wish you a happy birthday, honorable. Nyankopo nsha ontunkwem. Oma wa hoodin no ma onyansa. Odebe kafin the nation called Ghana. And let me feel funny now. We wish you a happy birthday. All right, your man penny dear amani say no na asana yebeko break no. Ti assembly always no me papa e can be say bo hu ba na kwase bia nko papa ba bia wo bia me chiao bofu penino enguso enyo kese na ontonkwem and all Ajagradia movement members me chamonina. Now there is a video that has been circulating over the weekend, and over social media. See, we need to take things serious because baby we are so common. People want money and they want it now. They don't care what they do. Obetimi de ne mama akwaje, obetimi de ne ba akwaje, obet. O de enko hwe san video we mbra.
Now. No buona. No buona. Are you ready? Good job. And I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. But can't say we are doing it. Boy.
Jessica, okay.
Why ready to be?
Togo. What do you want to try to do me? Togo. Yeah. What have I done to you, Togo? Why do you know me? You want to do this to me?
Just come on.
When you're doing Togo.
Okay, what do you want?
First one. Masa, yeah, sure, why?
I just want resting.
First one, challenge, boy, young out here.
Da would do. Oh, Blan, Kobekun. Yeah, you didn't be interviewed the man. Masa, don't try any fucking move, yeah, chill.
Boss, Uncle King, if you bring out
What to me, Nana, Momo, no fancy and call me uncle. When
I didn't call. We are on camera, Charlie.
Why do you want to sell your brother? Huh? Sikasem. Unyeska. Na zi enye je obi enyeska. Na wotan munya ju. Ti adenti na bozo roton unya ansa no enyeska. Okay, empanonko.
All right, now for the sake of those of our viewers and listeners who do not understand the native language key, now this is what happened. This man, sold his friend out for money. Now the other man who was wearing the smoke pretended as a ritualist, and he will be a ton nipa for this spiritual stuff, and he was offered money to bring a human to be sacrificed, and he actually took his friend. As a friend, Charlie could go here. Jini, say he being friend, he being brother, go fi hammer. So you could see him say, then I'm there here. So if this person was real and was actually a ritualist, but nanka wo. Today be me papa odifo kwabna asiama eguso kase bon ho ba na kwase bianko na wo bon ono no wo bon ho ba spiritually no. Na wo so the nyansa to because na youth now you so desperate. And now you know, I am so desperate. They want money now. Or pursue new scanning. Economy na ye diama under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Mali. You to ya dream. They want to make money now. Omu pese sisi. They want to make the money now. And his hair is dangerous. The way mine no kono ehu. The way we are so con is dangerous. The mindset of the youth now. So we thank God say, we no there, yanti man fanan fa baby na, omutimi bu ane yini free mo. Because we see the state of the economy. Last time you share video no, majority for only 2 our parliament. It's sad to know if you know baby your economy nama is very sad. Video no answer. Video bi NDC for a member of parliament edit to ye car the inflation see serious so and na the economy of Ghana be recover video number.
Mr. Speaker, let me tell you the external debt that we are not paying. Mr. Speaker, we owe the Chinese 1.9 billion, which we are not paying. We owe the Paris Club 2 billion, which we are not paying. We owe the Paris Club 3.8 billion, which we are not paying. Mr. Speaker, we owe Templeton 2.5 billion, which we are not paying. Mr. Speaker, with multilateral debt, we owe 8.8. Ghana is not the highest when it comes to multilateral debt in Africa. We owe the most, 8.8 billion, and we are not paying. Mr. Speaker, Eurobond, which my friend mentioned, we owe Eurobond 14.9 billion, which we are not paying. The Eurobond that is due now, due in August, we haven't paid it. Mr. Speaker, we have done 17 Eurobond tranches in this country since we started doing Eurobond in President Kufuor's time. Mr. Speaker, from President Kufuor to President Mills to President Mahama, 16 years, we did 4 billion Eurobond. That's 4 of them. Mr. Speaker, under this government, we have done 12 tranches of Eurobond. 12! In 7 years. We did 4 in 16 years. Mr. Speaker, to a tune of $11 billion. This is how much we owe, and we are not paying. Mr. Speaker, let me give you a picture here. And what they've done. Mr. Speaker, sorry. This government intentionally did certain bond with the intention of never paying. Intentionally did certain bond with the intention of never paying. And let me tell you why. Mr. Speaker, Euro bonds are usually done for a period of 10 to 15 years. That's why the Euro bond done on the Coupes was done for 10 years, 750. NDC made provision for that bond to be paid. We paid 250 before we left office. The remaining 500, we have put money in the sinking fund to pay, which they used in paying this. The one that is due, they haven't paid. Mr. Speaker, they did Euro bond in 2018. May 2018. That Euro bond is supposed to basically expire in 2048. For 30 years, instead of the 10, 15 years. Mr. Speaker, this is all the Euro bonds we've done in this country. 17. Mr. Speaker, in 2019, they did another Euro bond in some tranches for 31 years. Mr. Speaker, in 2020, one of the tranches of Euro bond that we did matures in 2061. Mr. Speaker, that's for 41 years. Mr. Speaker, in 2021, they did a Euro bond in March 2021, which is supposed to mature in 2041. That's 20 years. Mr. Speaker, they know they won't be around to pay this. And that is the reason why they've started not actually paying. Mr. Speaker, this is the situation that we are in. We have been swallowed by debt. Swallowed by debt, yet we are not paying. Yet they have written a budget here. They say they've turned the corner. But at the same time, they say they are not out of the woods yet. Mr. Speaker, if you turn the corner in the woods, you are lost. That's what this budget is. This government is completely lost. They are incompetent. Their performance is abysmal. Yes. Mr. Speaker, they know they won't be around to pay this. And that is the reason why they've started not actually paying. Mr. Speaker, this is the situation that we are in. We have been swallowed by debt. Swallowed by debt, yet we are not paying. Yet they have written a budget here. They say they've turned the corner. But at the same time, they say they are not out of the woods yet. Mr. Speaker, if you turn the corner in the woods, you are lost. That's what this budget is. This government is completely lost. They are incompetent. Their performance is abysmal. And they won't listen. They have brought all of us here to this budget. Mr. Speaker, if this were to be a handing over note to the NDC, this is a very poor handing over note. This is the legacy of this government. This is what they are leaving behind. Mr. Speaker, you ask them what they use the money for, they will tell you, oh, flagship programs, planting for food and jobs, 1D, 1F. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the industrial, the 1D, 1F, this is the picture of the 1D, 1F. Mr. Speaker, I'll hand this over to you. This is the picture of 1D, 1F. Ghana is the only country where the more industries we set up. They claim 169. The less we perform when it comes to industry. Mr. Speaker, the numbers here are negative. And I will tell this in. Mr. Speaker, the story is not different from planting for food and jobs. You can see it in inflation. You can see it in GDP. It tells the story. The contribution of food to GDP is been declining. When you go to inflation, the bulk of our inflation is food inflation. So what is it that this country is planting? That the more they plant, the less they harvest. The more this government plants, the less they harvest.
Abusiafo. Omayen kanokre encherechire ho. We need to be truthful to ourselves with what is happening right now. This statement ebemwati ase baby aye economy ni wo. Within 16 years, from Kofo to Yura, Ivan Satamas when the baby call to John Mahama time. Within 16 years of these leaderships, Ghana a year 4 euro bonds, and John Dramani Mahama set aside funds or buy an obetuai or because when you borrow, you need to make sure you put the money into a lucrative venture and not expenditure. Men spend this as Ghana wa borrow, because then you will have to borrow to pay what you have borrowed, and you keep on borrowing and you keep on owing. Now the so-called Bawumia, who is the economist, the so brilliant economist under his government, Afenomuko 8 years, next year number 8 years. This is the 7th year. Within just 7 years, my 17 euro bonds. A car here did the enye kakitwa. China acquired China more than 1.something billion. A car at that home. Much share some of the euro bonds in such a way, say a 30 years, 40 years, 60 years. That are no more money ho. Into my imagine say Adiana Makwakwa Jem, Busiana Makwako Bono, Mumu government no Namu Tia. It is the land Ghanaian and the baby brebe suffer. The consequences no about the land Ghanaian so. Baby ye economy ni economy yen kanchiro. Yen kanchiro wana. How do you borrow to spend? Mintiasi. How do you borrow to consume? And I mean, me right word. I said, what borrow 10,000 Ghana cedi? You didn't invest it to make 20,000 Ghana cedi, but then you borrow to spend it. How do you make back that money to pay back what you've borrowed? The government with the best of economists. And you want us to vote for you as a president, Bagomia. Ope say sa to abama na bet na akonya so meboa. Sabi. Ye nim nyansa ntia. Na yewura John Dramani Mahama e di bibi e ba e be sorte sa nema weni na ye 24-hour working system. Now say jina bonti sabi president say kan kwasi asem. Like some of the statements that the vice president makes no or has made about this 24-hour working system, it's mind-boggling. It's like you the beast yourself say like the vice president, they think like does he know what he's saying? Like the Speaker of Parliament asked Osla, say, do you hear yourself speak? Like I won't be some say like he hear himself, after they talk like he barb himself. He barb himself. Then you go to about this 24-hour working system.
What is this 24-hour economy that you want to bring? It is purely an issue for any business. If you feel you will make money opening 24 hours, there is no law preventing you from opening. But this is one idea that John Mahama thinks he has brought. It is a bad idea. It is an idea that has not been thought through. It is a bad idea. And so I want you to compare me and John Mahama. Who has the ideas to transform this economy? Who has the ideas? Who has the ideas? Yes, the track record of John Mahama doesn't show innovative thinking. It doesn't show ideas. The track record of Dr. Bawumia is idea after idea after idea after idea after idea. That is the difference. I will, and I tell you, I have my own priorities and I will have my own vision. When I become president, I will bring more ideas, and you will hear about them.
Yebu so idea bempi. Vice President, idea bempi. An idea. You compare me to John Dramani Mahama and you will see his 24-hour working system. It's not hey. the whole vice president is saying that as a business, if you can work under 24 hours, you can. It's about the companies and their capacity. Now, Asemna Yera John Dramani Mahama Ekano and Fakwem. Hey, a whole economist. There be maybe I think say the communication directors no so or can be say or we was some boat tape na man. Now you run say TB Monshe. I don't think he listens to himself when he speaks. Because I will never be all pushy out as an economist. School crock and I politics. Anna. A whole vice president or your economist. Who per se you compare with Nyama woo waba be inflation rate kosro. And run near top piota 50% and near top and run near top piota 20 and near 50%. You compare with what dear to John Dramani Mahama. You are asking us to compare your deed to what you are John Dramani Mahama be within that few years at John Dramani buy. You compare with me, now when it comes to even the lightning system, ECD, John Dramani Mahama solved the issue before he left. And na mama babet also na mama enjoy. And people didn't do shilly when it comes to our light. John Dramani solved that issue. I hear can crunch baby. Now the government under the MPP under the leadership of Nanado Ediaduno at time. Nanka business under the Ghana Business Awards. And CCM paying you for this is not the first time we've heard say you have to pay like $20,000 in order to have a personal meeting with the president of Ghana. Motive Flagstaff on a bribe so cocoting and yam na me kaye and yam me and I'm a kaye. CEO of Alafei food about out of Beka. Or the Enquashamra.
I counted my own visit to Flagstaff House on December 26, 2017, in which the president's nephew or cousin, Asansu, who is one of two deputy chiefs of staff, solicited a $20,000 bribe in order to either gain access to the president or for further favorable action on the appeal which I was delivering on behalf of the company, which was a guarantee for a loan by the Exim Bank of Ghana for a one district, one factory loan from a Ghanaian bank. The companies that I work with are Yendi's nominee under one district, one factory. The circumstances of this solicitation of a bribe were that the first chairman of the New Patriotic Party in the northern region, Alhaji Sunday, had taken me to Flagstaff House, and he had prepared me by having the same conversation about 3 or 4 times, informing me basically what would happen, that we would probably meet with Asansu, we wouldn't meet with the president himself, and that Asansu had the power even to override the president's favor if he indicated, and we did meet with the president, that he was willing to support our getting this bank loan guarantee from the Ghana Exim Bank. Alhaji Sunday made it clear that Asansu's word was final. When I met with him briefly, he demanded to know what we wanted right away, which I appreciated his directness. And then as we were leaving the office where we had met, Asansu, first Vice Chairman Alhaji Sunday of the NPP in the northern region, and myself, the other two went off on their own for a few minutes, and then Alhaji Sunday returned with a note for us to go to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and the note said that that ministry should hear what we had to say and then respond to him, Asansu, before further action. And Alhaji Sunday then conveyed to me the demand for the $20,000. I had already told him we would not pay any bribe, and as a result of this, I'm sure the Ministry for Trade reported back to Asansu that result, and there was no further action on our plea for a bank guarantee loan, a loan guarantee of the.
Okay, and he said, "Oh, person, Chelsea, won't yes, as a canon, now won't coach ya adudia and your company no ever full. And it's not the first time. I mean, during the Ghana business awards in Ghana, people were asked to pay 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 to have a sit down directly with the president to propose to him their businesses. How do you expect these businesses in Ghana to move on when already just to see the president, just to see Adudi, you need to pay $20,000? And I also brony you painting the pain and what the other one and I'm not messy. Or no alcohol no experiencing what the other one no abubodi no fancy. And this is the kind of government that we are in. The level of corruption is over the roof. And John Dramani Mahama kaye yenti asembia. Yentra ye husima yaba me guess makosa ebe journey yebesia.
Ghanatalksradio UK abrochimemu era from Ghana muha at the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana never be go among Ghana muha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the amount. Your live band in so our tones at the frame ya beat me ababeboa. Ama ujume dia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi ane se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu ode angaza.
All right, Busiafo, welcome back. If you just joined us, this is the Political Hub Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio, and we do this every Monday and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. Now, my name is guest start now. So, right on the show, on the phone, social activist Mark Kosa is in a line. So he just joined us. Mark, Namia Dom, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ras.
I hope so, Bibi Aboko. How was your weekend?
Well, Bibi Aboko, Namonso.
Nyame adumo. Since you go Coupes, say Bibi Aboko, they like oh chile 8 months. You who say?
Enye easy.
8 months you be. Enye zo. Kromo di kromo ayeshampa. Na minya. Latest a year better to I think said this 24-hour policy of John Dramani Mahama at Dubai. Still, it's like 2 weeks solid, going to 3 weeks. You call for NPP for Tiasi. One no more to go. Now, latest video I bet to honor Baumia can be said, yen compare to Mahama. And I must say, yen compare to Mahama, no. I don't know what ideas upon ideas obey to mama government in a tumpo. Nah, we didn't mean Kasabe me jamau. What do you have to say about this? Because I told you be some who said na Baumia Ayawa Casa Utien Juana. I asked him,
Ras, I will make sure I know what you're for you now.
Yo, yeah, also.
on my 18 to see, we need credible people with unblemished character to control the country. So, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the vice president, in many attempts, or try to rubbish the 24-hour economy policy. Yeah. But you see, something again that kind of momentum. You just can't rubbish it. Yeah. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, "Yen fanon compare Mahama." Now, in 2017, 2018, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia catch Ghana for say Ghana card say Ghana ni bia en sakabia with digital address. Yeah. Ye betimi at the interest rate so amobia kwakoje bosia e dia bone bra and our dia business. He say I want say what is the interest rate as we speak? The interest rate formerly it was around 25-26%. Right now interest rate is almost 40%. And he has no credibility or whatsoever to tell people say Yamfanon compare former President John Mahama. That is one thing. Number two, we were in this country that the vice president told us that Yebenya SkyTrain Ewa Accra, right? Yes. Yakaipa. It's been 5 years. Do you have a SkyTrain in Accra? It is important to put on record that Ghana and Kasano, we committed over $2 million in this SkyTrain up until now. Yensan can share in the $2 million in the SkyTrain project. We have given it to people for them to use it for free. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can't tell us, Yensan compare Mahama. Again, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is on record to have said there are video evidence over there that 2 years into the administration, every Ghanaian will have a bank account. Tell me, how many Ghanaians have bank accounts? So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can't tell us, if I compare Mahama. We were in this country. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia told us, say, ye levy, are there the poorest of the poor, and the Yusumumu. For that reason, we shouldn't charge Ghanaians ye levy. He said it on Kokoko with Kwame Sefakan. Yeah. It is there. Right now, we've been charged ye levy, and we are paying ye levy right now. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can't tell us say we should compare him to Bawumia because he has no credibility or whatsoever. He's failed. Now, the 24-hour economy has been sustained, whether you like it or not. Many Ghanaians have bought into the idea, and many Ghanaians have welcomed it. So I think Dr. Bawumia should also come up with something, new, or he should also propose alternative policies rather than rubbishing, Mahama's 24-hour economy. Right. Because you all know politics is all about a contest of ideas, right? Yes. And what we know, let's say some services are somehow operating 24 hours. But it is not a conscious or, a deliberate or, a thought out in advance policy. You understand? What the former president is saying, let's say, he's saying something different. He's bringing on board all interested for stakeholders and all inclusive policy to make sure say everyone gets job. Now, what we need to understand is that if you are a politician and you are not dynamic and an experienced politician, you can't even think about such policy in the first place. So kudos to Mahama and kudos to him in advance. He has indeed, bring to bear what it is to be a politician. Yeah.
But the vice president who is saying, say, the policy back when they saw obey president, obey 11 every so, and now, and won't say, also obey president, obey 11 every so. And people are asking, so, go for way, pa, minya.
It is instructive. So, I will say you, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, also obey ye levy free. Before you can take off ye levy, just say we repeal the act. You need to repeal the act before I reach my year free. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we are part of Nkofua. You are you are the chairman of the economic management team. So you were part of the people who took that decision. Say, Yemfa ye levy and Ghana for so. We told you that the ye levy is obnoxious, that the ye levy is repressive, that the ye levy is regressive. It has no basis or whatsoever in any tax policy. So you shouldn't tax us ye levy. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or a part, or he formed an integral part of those ye levy Ghana for us. So what is he saying now? I didn't see that institution one country because he's on record to have said that ye levy momo now go for a no. The poorest of the poor be momo. It's my charge ye levy.
Yeah.
Mufi one I'm charge ye levy. That's the reason why I intimated that he has no credibility or whatsoever to talk about anything again. Because he has lost it all. That's it.
And there's sorry, continue.
He has lost it. So I know and I trust that the 24-hour economy will, comprehensively as it relates to Ghana's development, because it will tend to create the enabling environment for manufacturing firms to strive in order to employ more people. So, Ras, by and large, I think I would say it is feasible. The policy is feasible, and it can actually stand the test of time with clear and conspicuous policy documents. Yeah.
Okay. Next, during the Ghana Business Awards, some documentations came out that people were asked to pay $10,000, $20,000, $200,000 in order to sit and have a one-on-one with the president. I said, na kakra, but then you say ka video be a broni ankasa o. Our CEO of Alafei Food, Swabe Kase. I mean, he was taken to the presidency. They wanted some contracts, to some loan for them to sign some certain things for a Ghanaian bank to grant them loan. And the brother, he said, was it the cousin of the president, asked us to pay $20,000. So also on own here. And he didn't do it, so he didn't actually have access to the president until loan now push it through for Saturday Kebe push it through no. I think they are the north. Kebe the northern part of Ghana. Because a company in the war no because of say when to your bribe no when to me uncle president nana sad day way ya el kosui. When it comes to you need to bribe your way to see the president. And during Mahama time and this government is well you just speak to it because I deal with this bribery and corruption thing in the era of the NPP.
Ras, me say, Yabani issues, me say, I'm not surprised, baby. I'm not surprised, the CEO of Alafei Foods has come out to give account of his, his ordeal with respect to the famous in Nana Bawumia-led government. I'm not surprised. I remember Honorable Kennedy Rapon once made similar comment about the fact that it is becoming one too many in Nanado's administration. That those who are willing to, as it were, invest would have to pay huge sum of money to people, close to corridors of power before you can meet the president. You see, so within their own space, within the MPP, you've heard from an insider, not less any person than Kennedy Rapon, telling you stories of what have been transparent on at the presidency. So you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised at all to hear from the CEO tell the same story. So it is really an unfortunate development, Ras, because that is one of the reasons why many businesses in Ghana do not survive. Exactly that. And it is quite embarrassing to see government officials trying very desperately to demand bribes before they give you the needed advice or help you to start a business. And Ras, it is not as if this is an NBC man saying this.
No.
This is an American investor.
Yeah.
This is a white man.
Yeah.
This is an American investor saying this. So practically and fundamentally, you need to understand that it is not out of hatred that many people say this MPP government is corrupt. It didn't start today.
Yeah.
It started when Nana Addo resumed office as president. which has been intimated and reiterated time without number by Honorable Kennedy Japan.
Yeah.
Because, my dear, when the alligator comes from the underneath of the sea to tell you about the death of a crocodile, you don't banter with the alligator because it stays there with the crocodile.
Yeah.
As some of the Japan Barbecano or Canada, so person mampeni and in the business home combat. This is Uchia $20,000, $10,000, $30,000. A man in Croft will be answer what's my president. Now, Sabe me war Adrian Pan, Midim Sika about the show or my numu. Now, me perceive me the green light from the government. Now, so catch him sending Kochia almost $20,000 and farmer Ubia. Can I me for you want to come before?
Yeah, me the back before.
Maybe before our baby because there are so many African countries
equally invest.
Exactly. Because so this is not new. It starts here when another resumed office as president. And we must call them out. We must tell them in the face. So I'm not surprised. Say, CEO of Alafei Food, he's a white man. He's not a Ghanaian. On your end, Disney. On your end, Disney. And on your Ghanaian, or a propaganda. A white man telling you the side of the story. That should tell you something. That should tell you where we are heading for us, a country. We are in a ditch. Or man, no. Kadi o man de kwa intimintu ya. Na ye mani panya adwuma nye na ni pancho to taxes never been to yaka. Mo say ni pan entry a bribe of $20,000 before he was able to have hands in president and Nkomodim. What is the meaning of that?
Speaking of Eka, over the weekend video be beto social media na minority nipa bako kasa and o my breakdown of Eka Euro bonds are just under 7 years. Also, o ma jembo 16 17 euro bonds are. O ma dream so omutia. But within 16 years, which is from Kofo time to Yera Atamils, when you baby cut time and Mahama, ye je 4 pe. Na nimpo kra no Mahama esa ba ye no Mahama ebetuatua can be making sure say o ma fa eka bebre anja NPP. So just within 7 years, NPP etima over 16 euro bonds are yentu na economy no wa sha. Ehim fa pa na eko.
Ella, you see, Asama Ecoso Parliament, during President Kufuor's time, President Kufuor went to the bond market and they had around $755 million. Yes. Fast forward, Mills Mahama came and they had around $3.4 billion. Right now, as we speak, in 7 years, Nanado Baumia-led government, our bond market have taken around $13.4 billion. And there are some of these bonds to mature somewhere around 2061. So it should tell you clearly the state of the economy. Yes, the economy is in shambles. I am telling you for a fact. These are incontrovertible facts. That's it. Our debt level is unsustainable. Today, as we speak, we can't even sit with our external creditors because you don't look good in the eyes of these investors. We can't sit with them to even judge and have, remedial solutions to the on how our debt going forward. We can't have table sitting with them. We have this Paris Club. Paris Club, they are also there. We are sitting with them to have, a talk. Said the to me, I find ways and means and over 1 year, 2 years, we have defaulted. Mind you, next year, God willing, around January, February, March, when we start to pay our debt, you will see the cedi falling again.
Yeah.
Debt in cedi no who say asostenic akrano. When we see why the cedi has stabilized marginally. When we start to pay this debt, I tell you, the city will fall again. And these people are not trying to say, I'm not finding a solution to all these things. they are still borrowing. They are still borrowing. So it is sad, my dear.
Nana. Now over the weekend, as an African country, be so try cool now. As a anfa.
Yeah.
My final remarks. They speak to that. Na anfa and edu media no embassy.
That's it. I think it was on Sunday, and it was reported on 27. That's on Monday.
Yeah.
That Salarion, there were some attempts over there. It was Salarion. Yeah. So I think there were attacks on some military barracks and some prisons. It was Salarion near the other day. And recently, we've heard the police and some government officials. They've come to say it was a failed, coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat, yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, so meaning say the attempts were foiled. It wasn't able to stand the test of time. Okay. But be that as it may, we must emphasize that it is not for nothing that we have people who are brave and will always stand tall to salvage others from insensitive leadership.
Yeah.
I don't think happy and deserving citizens will rise to plot coup d'etat against any government. Yes, it will only take people who have been maimed and raped economically by their leaders of their fair share of the country's resources to plot coup d'etat. There is no smoke without fire. Could be a ACB and it would enter ACC. So your person could enter leadership and Africans leaders and they must set up. They need to make sure, say, serving citizenry, is not about serving. Serving citizenry goes beyond putting the interest of your government first. You need to put the interest of the citizenry first. Because you are serving people, you are not serving yourself. And to say, then they will begin to rise against you. And mind you, no military, no police force can overrun and overpower a determined youth. You can't overpower them.
Okay.
No military can overpower a determined youth. So our leaders going forward must be very careful. They must put in place various mechanisms that will be in the interest, positive impact on citizenry. And when you go to Rwanda right now, the president, Paul Kagame, has made it emphatically clear that although Paul Kagame and the family and the cabinet can't spend 1% of the tax revenue because although the family and the cabinet do not contribute 1% of the country's tax brackets, or if you like, say, tax nets. So they will not spend as much as that. Practically, a chair will say, although the cabinet cut or more expenditure around 50%, and on the 50%, how much I support businesses and I beg you, that is what government should be doing. Not to increase your salaries every 4 years, not to say Article 71 office holders, you need to revise their salary every 4 years and what have you. Now, I beg you for what what's the meaning of that? So it's very bad. Say, I buy and just idea we are coup d'etat in African countries.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Nana, that's a pass and so Usanya join it.
That's fine.
All right, Ebusian for that was Mark Kosa, social activist. Bakope, a special guest on the show. Time Biano, on so we are working hand in hand with him. Say guest be so everybody but studio. Me boss in working hand in hand and check a bit the conformable studio Niger conversation. Now, Kobina force me, or say why don't we sell the country? These are some of your comments on Facebook. The hardship has turned the people anger towards Asante cause of NPP, which is very true. It's like thinking you are rich when you have a credit card. Or Canada on Ghana. Or say in Canada, it is our ninth economy that runs majority of our industries. Or say Mark sounds angry. I never be on my ebufu. When in Ghana, it hurts too much when you are hungry at night and can't order anything. At the Ghana, a combat door of Unishi Wufia Ubeshi. let's sell the country. And I'll say I'm supporting Coupes country. Look at the development going on in their country. It's true. I think Benin and one other country that the coup happened earlier this year. Our economy their economy is doing greatly and they are doing very, very, very well. So this has been another great episode on the Political Hub Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Mesa Bomonkaye, please. The president of Ajagraja movement, Papa Bishop, will never ask you for any money before he's giving you consultation. Take for no money on social media. Every Papa need creative pages on TikTok and what have you. Please be careful. We are coming for you. And sebi impredance and Jimina, you guys will fall victim for some of these things. No, Esia and my hope. We don't because we've done Papa we at now radio so at now TV so at now internet so they were severally, but yet somebody will come to you and tell you say he can take you to the man and you pay money. I'm telling you, nobody on this earth can take you to the man unless he gives you a direct invite. Nobody should bring that wahala to his doorstep again. Me makan beam. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Political Hub Show. This is girl Rasala baby. I say tempest the rise because I say kofobi Jimmy. Na odna man no abohumba na kwasi ebienku. See you next week. December money around. Stay safe out there. Omo amuboto me yede no ebe enjoy December no. But while we in Ghana Talks Radio, we have program be a yes. Now we are doing 24th. Ebe ye butu. And what Anya market. Anya market. Show na ye day banu. I swear artists na banu. You can't miss it. You need to be there. Inti eba outa. Yeah, the more details ni be on the flyers. Ebo pushy. Thank you so much to my producer, DJ Rock, for always holding me down. To management for always giving us the opportunity to to be here once again. Thank you, Kobina Forcing, for always being on the show and watching and giving your comments. Thank you to Mark Kosa for holding me down, and of course, thank you to my viewers and my listeners. See you next week. Don't change the dial. Stick and stay with us right here on Ghana Talks Radio.